Welcome back to Morning at NTV, and we're getting into our techno segment. Now, we usually say Mondays, a number of you are going to say Man Crush Monday, or Monday you're focusing on the week. But how about today becomes Money Monday on our techno segment as we talk about financial coaches? Have you heard of them? Or is it the first time you're hearing of a financial coach because you think, okay, I have my money, I'm managing my money, I want a business. When it comes to a business update, Mala has been helping you with a number of you that have money and want to be able to do something with that money, or how to push your business forward. Well, now is the time that in 2019 you might need to have a financial coach come your way. I am Rita Kanya, and David Rukasi and I are joined by Dr. Charles Kinuthia. He's also known as Coach CK. Sounds so cool, but...
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Coach CK, good morning.
Yeah, good
morning. Over the weekend, there is a video that has been trending. We've been sharing a bit about it.
Yes.
Here with Rita. Ali Dangote, one of Africa's richest men.
Yes.
Flaunting his riches around, saying one time he went to the bank. He says he had about $2 billion US. Said he went to the bank, just got $10 million, took it home, just to get a feel. That's when he said, I got the money home, looked at it in the bag, and then said, wow, now I have money. Yes. $2 million US. Then returned it home. 2019, it's a new year. We all want to be rich. I think we all wanted to be rich even in 2016.
Yes.
But unfortunately, we all don't get to that bit.
Yes.
There's always something that holds us back.
Yes.
And this is where you come in.
Yes, absolutely.
We are salary earners, some we are businessmen, we want to improve our businesses, but we are held back by financial decisions that we make in life. First of all, someone watching today would want to know, where do you come from to become a financial coach? Because most of the times it's the rich people that are, coaching us on how to get rich and keep money.
Yes.
Are you a rich man?
Well, a lot of media has said that the wealth I've accumulated has justified to put me in the position that I am today.
Wow.
So, yes.
It's a smart way of saying you're rich.
Polite way.
Okay. So, how do you get there?
Well, I mean, there's two parts to being successful, okay? And one is the mental aspect, and the other one is the mechanical. And I think a lot of times in the mental, we're talking about the mindset. And the second part of success is the skill set, which I call mechanical. And I think a lot of times we focus so much on the skill set and not the mindset. So in answer to your question, the focus should be on both.
On both.
Yes.
We live in a world that today, man, young men, we are not like our parents. Our parents made a lot of savings.
Yes.
We live in an era where we are struggling to save money.
Yes.
Because we have so many demands. We have a lot of things to keep up with. There's new gadgets. There's new suits. We want to look cool. We want to fit in.
Yes.
So we're failing a lot to save.
Yes.
And it's the biggest problem that we have our generation,
yes.
saving. So is this part of the brain?
Well, actually,
saving?
I really have a different concept when it comes to savings. I think first we need to focus on generating income before we focus on saving. How can you save what you don't have?
True.
And I think most people, their first focus is, I need to save money. No, one of the things that I teach people, the first thing you need to do is you need to make money. Okay, and nothing happens until a sale is made. Let's go back to the fundamentals. The fundamentals is that we all need to be trained in sales, because sales, that's where you start raising money or you start making money. Now, once you make the money, you can start saving. So, whenever people hear financial coach, you're thinking, well, you have to have money for you to start saving money. Well, but how can you make money? Well, let's go out there and deal with the fundamentals. How can you increase your net worth? And that's where I come in. We teach people on how to increase their net worth. Doesn't matter what level you're in, at the beginner stage or the most advanced stage, we'll show you how to increase your net worth.
What usually are the options when it comes to increasing net worth?
Well, what are other options? I mean, you see, there's so many multiple ways. But one of the things I'm going to tell you that I've seen all over the world, I've done events in over 45 countries in a lifetime. And one of the things that I have found out is that most people, 97% of the world's successful people earn their income or their money through entrepreneurship. And so I think that's a path that we cannot avoid if we're going to be successful. That at some point in time we're going to tap into the entrepreneurship space for us to be successful.
That's when people come in with the term that a lot of people are using lately, which is the side hustle. Asked, what is your side hustle? Yes, maybe you might be having a 9-to-5 job or an 8-to-5 job, but what is your side hustle?
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, you know, the side hustle can eventually, this is one of the things I teach my students all over the world. There's nothing wrong with working for somebody else. Actually, you could run a business while you're working for somebody else. It's very possible. I have people that do that. But at the end of the day, you know, does it line up with your goals in life? Because at the end of the day, it's not just about making the money. Is what's your ultimate goal? What's your ultimate purpose in life? Is it just about the big house and the big car? You talked about it earlier. You know, we want to look good, but is that what life is all about? Because if that's what life is all about, you'll be disappointed at the end of the day.
So you definitely, first of all, need to know your purpose.
Yes, you really need to know your purpose. And
How do you even find your purpose? A number of people say, I can think of my purpose later on in life. I'm just about maybe 20. Let me have fun now. But how do you start to align and start to say, this is my purpose?
Well, actually, it's interesting. You don't decide who you want to become in life. You discover. And so it's a life journey process. I mean, sometimes you'll discover at a very later stages of your life. That's when you'll discover really who you're meant to be. But there are certain clues in life that you'll find. Maybe you may find that there's something you're so passionate about. You could do it even if nobody paid you, you know. Like, for example, there are people that are just so passionate about singing. It's not about, you know, are you going to pay me? I'm just going to sing. It doesn't matter. So those are the clues. Success always leaves clues. Success is not unpredictable. It's scheduled by your daily activities. You watch your daily activities. You'll know if you'll be successful, because that is the indication of, are you walking in purpose?
So pretty much success is leaving breadcrumbs for you, and it's just up to you to pick those breadcrumbs and go the direction that it's leading you.
Yes.
But as we talk about that, when do you now know that I need a financial coach?
Well, here's an interesting irony in life. I've never seen any great sports team that went to the either Olympics or the World Cup that did not have a coach. Well, then people tend to think, but I'm going to be successful without a coach. No, it doesn't work like that. For you to get to the Olympics of life, for you to get to the World Cup of life, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your relationship, when it comes to your health, you need a coach. There is no option. There's no way other around that.
So that means you might have been failing, but then you can start to succeed when it comes to money.
Yes, it's never too late. Yes, Carl Sanders started KFC at the age of about 56, and he became a billionaire. So, I mean, I believe that provided you have the right person, and you need to know that, you know, your coach is not your mom who told you how to save, you know, 2 shillings and put it on the side, because that's another misconception. In Africa, you need to get somebody who's more successful than you to show you how to get there. It's period. I mean, we hire sports coaches that are successful, that have a track record, that can show and prove results in order for them to help our teams, our national teams, to become successful. Same thing applies when it comes to finances.
Coach CK.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you, who coached Bill Gates? Who coached Zuckerberg?
Well, they've actually had a number of people that have influenced, and I cannot remember the name on top of my head, but most of them, they will point out on various several people. And you can have different coaches in different parts of your life, right? So it's not a one thing. You know, you could have a financial coach, you could have a health coach, you could have a relationship coach. So it depends in the areas that you are trying to grow personally, and that's how you are able to make it.
Millionaires, billionaires,
yes,
seem to be entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And kind of predicts that if you're to get rich, you're not going to get rich by just simply working for someone and saving money.
Yes.
Are you one that agrees with me that we should save less and invest more?
Well, it's a combination of several factors. I think that would be unfair to just say, you know, it's one way. I think it's looking at various things. And by the way, success is not predicated by either your current economic conditions or where you live and things like that, because I think that's also a misconception that I have found. I've traveled around the world. I've gone to places that I did not think people could actually be successful, and then I found that they were successful people. I think at the end of the day, it's a combination of your daily habits. Let's go back to, are you willing to focus? Because focus is the greatest ally to success. If you want to be successful, you have to be focused about being successful. And you know, unfortunately, the school system is doing it, you know, just injustice. Think about it. How many schools do you know that have a course, how to make your first $1 million?
None.
None.
I think we need one.
That's a pick right there.
Well, but think about it. So at the end of the day, we do everything we do so that we can make a living, but nobody's teaching us how to make a living. Everybody's teaching us to just be a job seeker. So it's a combination, you know, you have to learn your habits. If you're struggling with savings, then you may want to start kind of learning more about savings. But at the end of the day, one of my principles is this: diversify your wealth. You need to create multiple streams of income. You need to have passive wealth. You need to have, you know, wealth coming from real estate, as an example, depending on where you are in life. You need to have income coming from your business. So you have to diversify. It's not just one way. Yes.
So put all your eggs not in one basket, but in different baskets, and just watch it.
Yes, and you know, here's the problem, Rita. Let me tell you, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people have one egg in one basket. It's real bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
So time to change that. But
Yeah.
one thing, as a financial coach, you
Yeah.
have an approach to how you help people build their wealth and
Yes.
diversifying their wealth.
Yes.
And what's this approach that you use?
Well, I mean, the approach that we use is we have to hold people by the hand. We just use very practical methods. For example, I'm in Uganda because on Wednesday, April 9th, I'm going to be at the Pearl of Africa, and we're going to be, you know, having entrepreneurs at different levels. And our approach is very simple. Let us show you what works now. You know, because 87% of what you study in school, 82%, an independent study was done, 82% of what you study in school is irrelevant by the time you finish school. So we came up with a model. Hang on a second, let us show you what works now. So if you can learn how to do business now, in the now generation, in today's economy, you'll be successful.
Coach,
Yes.
I'm one of those people, and I'm sorry because you fall in that bracket,
Yes.
but we, the poor people, the people that are trying to save, the people that are trying to get rich,
Yes.
we are tired of hearing from you people who are already rich. But yes, we understand you are living experience.
Yes.
But most times you get to feel that the people who are rich haven't been in the situation that you are now. Yes, they have been there, but in the past days,
Yes.
we're dealing with, you know, a different time,
Yes.
different days.
Yes.
How do you relate to your struggle and hustle to get rich with what is actually happening? Because like you said, 82% of what we study while in school doesn't help. So you had your different hustle,
Yes.
let's say 10 years ago.
Yes.
Right now, the economy is different. The times are different. How do you connect your hustle to my hustle today to help me to get rich?
Well, actually, great question. Let me say this. I was born in Kenya. We lived off less than $1 a day for a family of 5. So if you want to talk about struggle, I've been there. I've seen it. We were so broke. Our poor neighbors used to call us broke. That's how bad it was. But at the end of the day, I came to understand the principles don't lie. Principles, and by the way, the fundamentals of success don't change. Okay? Wealth is simply focus, process, and a system. If you can be able to focus and understand that it's going to take time, and then you have a system in place. Think about it. Every organization that is successful has a system. Do you have a system when it comes to wealth creation? So at the end of the day, it's not just about, you know, well, you are rich now, so you can say that. No, I've been through the struggle, but I discovered that the principles don't lie. The principles are the same. If you follow the recipe of the best chef in the world in cooking a meal, you will get the same results.
So what are the principles?
Well, like I said, wealth is simply, you have to understand, number one, it's focus. You need to narrow and zero into the one thing that you're going to do for you to become successful. You need to understand wealth is a process. And by the way, you cannot have this process or system in place if you don't have a coach. That's where we come in.
I think he's taking notes right
So,
now.
number one, focus.
Number one is focus. Now, how did I learn about focus? Very simple. Warren Buffett and Bill Gates were in a dinner in an event, a journalist approached them and said, what's the one thing that made both of you extremely successful? Write it in a piece of paper. Do not share, do not show each other. And I want to know what that secret is. They both said focus. So, I mean, it's very simple. Look at what successful people are doing and just do the same. Or, put in other words, look at what unsuccessful people are doing and do the exact opposite.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Do it.
Yeah,
do
that's it. So if that's what they do, focus, you just do that. Yeah, that's the recipe. Absolutely.
As simple as that.
Yes.
If you see someone who perhaps, well, if you look at David and I, do what we're doing.
Yes, absolutely.
If we're failing on a few things, don't do what we're doing, because
Yes.
clearly it's something you should be learning from that.
Absolutely.
But one thing that you have mentioned, and I think where each and every entrepreneur should start, is purpose.
Yes.
Find your purpose and then let your money come from that purpose.
Yes, you need to become a why entrepreneur. People keep asking the wrong question. People always ask the question, how am I going to be successful? Wrong question. The question you should ask is, why should I be successful? People ask the question, how am I going to get customers to come to my business? No, why should customers come to your business?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, so you need to ask the right questions.
With the biggest percentage of people today are being employed.
Yes.
What would your one advice be to people who are salary earners? Every single month you get your salary, and let's be honest, 70% or 80% is taken up by your monthly expenses. And everyone is telling you, save, 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 save. That's the only way you're going to get rich. Save, save. And then the others are telling you, well, you don't have to save much, you have to invest. But let's be honest, you're not going to invest with your 20%.
Well, I mean, you need to understand the scale. So here's a scale. There are 4 kinds of people. Number one, you have the person who's employed. Nothing wrong with that. They work for somebody else. They get a living that way through salary. The second kind of person you have is a self-employed. They think they have a business, but they don't. That's just a hobby. It's what you guys are calling side hustle. Number 3, you have the entrepreneur. Entrepreneur uses other people to work for them so they earn a living. And then number 4 is the investor. Investor has money working for them. So you just need to ask yourself, where are you in the scale so that you can be able to move from one place to the other? So if you're self-employed, move to the entrepreneur. If you're entrepreneur, move to the investor. So you should always strive to go to the next level. Compete against yourself, not anybody else.
Coach CK makes getting rich sound so easy.
And it seems like it is.
It is actually.
Tell you what, I'm going to be rich tomorrow. No, of course, it's going to take time.
Yes.
It's one thing that we learned from Coach CK. So you have to focus, and you have to stop asking how you're going to get rich. But ask yourself, why should you be rich? Why should you be successful? Why should people come to your shop? Why should people come to give you business?
Yes.
Not
How?
how.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you very much, Coach CK.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hopefully, I will be sharing my story in one of your gatherings on how I got rich from getting advice from you.
Absolutely. We'll be at the Pearl of Africa on Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and I would love to have you guys there. Thank you.
I would love to come and be among the rich people in the country as well, to get some advice from them. Not.
Results don't lie. We have success stories all over the world, so I'm excited.
Is
The
it
one
free?
thing-
Yes, it's free.
the one thing I learned from Ali Dangote's video that has been trending is that you rich people don't walk around with money.
No, we don't. Actually, I always...
Do you have any
Do you have
money?
any
on
money?
you?
Zero. I don't.
Have you ever
Zero?
gotten money from your bank account to just look at it and take it back?
Yeah, it's called celebrating the different milestones. So anytime I do a big deal, I go and I look at it. It's a principle. You just...
Don't spend it, look at it and return it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. So this man, if you're out there watching and you're thinking, well, there's a rich man on TV, where can I find him? He has no money on him. Just no money. Thank you very much, Coach CK.
Thank you so much
We
for
look
having me.
forward. The date is?
April 10th.
April 10th.
That's going to be on Wednesday.
Okay,
Yes.
we'll look forward, and hopefully we can pick up something from there and we can come share with you guys, and let's get rich all together. Let's all just be rich. Quit saying that not everyone can be rich. No, we all can be rich if we focus. That's what we pick up today. Morning at 10 TV continues.
The government of Uganda, through the Ministry of Water and Environment and the National Water and Sewerage Corporation, September last year participated in the World Water Exhibition, which brought together over 5,000 world's leading water professionals in Tokyo, Japan. Uganda was selected to host the conference for being one among other countries that exhibited the newest technologies, best practices, and leading-edge solutions to water problems. Join us on Monday, 8th April at 9 a.m. in the live broadcast of the first Intermittent Water Supply Conference in Kampala, Uganda, aimed at debating and defining new solutions to tackle the global water crisis, as well as showcase National Water and Sewerage Corporation progress and future plans to achieve clean, safe water.